It's no secret that splash damage can be buggy in Team Fortress 2. There are a lot of situations where players technically should be damaged, yet they're unharmed due to a tiny corner or ledge containing explosion. This is frustrating and unrewarding for players whose rockets or sticky bombs would have hit their respective targets was it not for this bug. There are workarounds for these problems though, and they're put in the hands of mappers. It's possible to make invisible slopes which block bullets and projectiles, preventing this bug. As we can see, these rockets should technically hit the target. The guy with the slope takes 92 damage, the guy without any extra height takes 107 damage, and the guy without a slope blocking bullets doesn't even take a single point of damage. The splash damage just can't go around corners, but if the rocket hits a surface with an edge, the player can still be damaged, provided he's within the space the explosion's affecting. The explosion reaches outward from the point of impact, expanding into a sphere, but the spheroid doesn't have the capability to bend around corners, which is what causes this bug in the first place. Valve need to make explosions able to go through 90-degree angles, but nothing more than 180 degrees, since that would possibly hit players on the other side of a wall. Also, this means that even the tiniest of ledges can cause this bug if the rocket hits a certain spot. In my opinion, having inconsistent damage outputs due to pure luck shouldn't have been able to exist for this long. It should definitely not be the job of the mapper to fix bugs, but rather something that should be coded into the game, that explosions can affect things around a 90-degree angle. Sure, they can make invisible slopes, but they can't smooth out every corner of every building, which is another way the splash bug is punishing rockets. I'm sure there's gonna be an argument about whether or not the skill ceiling will get lowered by spam getting easier to hit. Another concern might be that the current class balance will get changed to favor soldiers more highly. This can easily be fixed or prevented by tweaking the damage potential of the rocket launcher. A few possible ways in which this can be done are nerfing the damage falloff, making long-range spam less effective, shrinking the radius of the explosion slightly, making spam less effective, lowering the maximum rocket damage, or make direct rockets do significantly more damage than splash rockets, rewarding direct hits instead of splash. Personally, I like the explosive radius nerf the most, since it promotes direct rockets and also nerfs spamming choke points, an action which is often the cause of stalemates in competitive matches. Other Source games like Counter-Strike have similar problems with grenade explosions, but even though you might be around a tiny corner, you still take a little bit of damage. I think this is a clunky solution in tf2, since a rocket doing 10 damage is still better than none at all, but it's still very annoying. Another point of criticism I might face is that I should just hit my rockets better. However, this is not an excuse for keeping a buggy, inconsistent, and unintended feature in the game. In a lot of cases, even if you aimed the rocket better, you wouldn't get the same damage number as you would if the splash bug didn't exist. The tf2 community is very often hostile to any change, but I think if we want to succeed, we need to change the gameplay more than we've done the last 8 years. Other competitive games regularly change core mechanics, whether it be how a champion's attack works, or how the spray pattern looks like, or simply making stats worse or better in order to try and balance out the game, and simply making the gameplay experience streamlined. Another thing is inconsistent geometry, with holes in them, but I think we have to live with this one. Valve, please fix.